I just want to talk to you really quickly about overthinking things and over preparation. I just left a sales meeting and I really didn't come into it prepared at all. I had a call with a potential client yesterday, came through us via referral. He gave me a call, let me know a little bit about what his challenge was, and said, hey, I've got a board meeting tomorrow. I'd like to meet with you real quickly before the board meeting. So I just came into this meeting thinking that I was going to meet with a business owner, and it was just going to be a quick meeting before his board meeting, so we had some kind of context to go in when he's talking about budgets. So I get to the place, and ends up I'm in a meeting with about 8 people, C-suite execs, and some key stakeholders of his organization. And he said, hey guys, I brought Sean out here to present to us some things about branding, marketing, and positioning ourselves, and to help us solve some of these problems that we've been talking about for the last year. So needless to say, I wasn't prepared for that conversation, but the meeting went really well. And the reason why is because I've internalized a lot of the content, all the content that I talk about in my sales meetings, in my first call meetings. A lot of these things I've already talked about like a million times. I've studied this stuff. I've internalized all of the information so that it kind of comes second nature. So my level of preparation really is minimal. Now, I left that meeting. It was a really great meeting. We're going to be going to the next step, which is proposals. We already talked about budgets and timelines and all that kind of stuff. And I wasn't prepared for it. And one of the things that I left that thinking was that, man, a lot of times I tend to overthink things, because if he told me, you're going to be meeting with some of our C-suite execs and key stakeholders, and you're going to present to us about what we should consider about budgeting for marketing positioning, I probably would have prepared like this big presentation and all this stuff, and maybe it would have come off a little bit informal, and I tend to do things like that to overthink it. I just had a training call yesterday that I spent a lot of time preparing for, and someone gave me valuable feedback. They said, hey, I love the content, but I'd love it to be more conversational. I've had other talks with you, and sometimes things just kind of flow out of you. And that just goes to show that a lot of times I think we overthink what we're going to present. So what I want to encourage myself and you guys to do is to not overthink how you're going to present things. Even with this video right now, I literally was just on my way to the office. I'm prepping to be on someone's podcast here in like 7 minutes. And I was thinking about this over preparation, and I was like, oh man, I should probably prepare how I'm going to do this video. No, I'm just setting it up, doing it on the fly, and maybe you guys will like it, maybe you won't, but who cares? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. And so my encouragement is to not overthink things. If you're gonna present, or if you're going to do a speaking engagement, or if you're going to whatever it is you're gonna do, try not to overthink it. And what you should rather do is internalize all of the information, make it kind of second nature, have the conversations. One last story before I close this video is I remember a long time ago I was listening to a pastor, really well-known pastor, and gave amazing sermons, very well thought out. And he said that his preparation time for the sermon was about an hour. And that kind of blows my mind, because I've done sermons and speaking engagements, and I prepare sometimes weeks in advance if I have that much notice. But what he said, look, it takes me an hour to kind of organize my thoughts, but I've internalized the information, so like he's already studied it to where it's just part of him, to where organizing, that's all he does in preparation, is organization. So I just want to encourage you and myself to internalize as much content as you can, so that when you speak about it, it's second nature. Then when you're going into these things, just have natural conversations and let those things kind of just flow out of you.